Beyond the Splattered Graves.
Hello, welcome to Beyond the Splattered Graves, where yes, there are only 2 graves to celebrate today. Unfortunately, we lost Alex. Alex is no more.
He's dead.
We had to take his organs and sell them on the black market for funds because YouTube just don't pay enough. I'm sorry, guys. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, for real though, we are happy to be here. You just got Evan and I captaining the ship, but we did wrangle a little guest, somebody very important.
Just a little guy.
We'll bring in here very, very soon. But what's going on, Artie? How's it going, bud? Everything going
Hey,
good?
Artie.
Oh, let's see. Happy Monday and the spookiest of the weekdays. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you, sir. Yeah, this pretty light week, not going to lie. There wasn't a whole lot of big news. And with us being a couple of folks down, I think we're just going to take it easy. You know, Evan and I are steering the ship today, so we'll probably make this a bit of a lighter show than normal. But, I mean, hey, we got a heck of a guest. You love him. You know him. Let's introduce him. We're talking about Mr. Killjoy Jake. What is going on, sir?
What's up? How's it going, dudes?
Did you just join the WWE?
Yeah, I'm preparing, you know. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, right on.
I just don't want my organs sold like that last guy. So
Well, that is what's at stake.
Listen,
yeah.
Make sure you show up for every stream and you won't get your organs sold. That's what it is.
If you miss one.
Yeah.
That was our rule from the start of this podcast. You miss one episode and we will sell your organs on the dark web.
I replaced Luke with an AI bot. Like, that's just what I've been using because we killed him months ago.
Yeah, he's been dead a long time.
Wow. Okay. Damn. I didn't even realize. It must be good shit. Okay.
Absolutely.
Luke had some great organs, I got to say.
Delicious. Love them.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's been going on, guys? How's everything in horror YouTube world? Evan, what's been going on with you, my boy?
Busy, man. I was in I was sort of stuck in franchise reviews for a little while, and I didn't even really realize it was happening. But after Maxine came out, I was like, holy shit, I haven't covered something that wasn't like Quiet Place, Maxine, or a new release movie in too long. So now, just today, I recorded my video for Mike Flanagan's Hush, which I'm super excited to cover because Flanagan stuff is one of the reasons I made this channel, and I've been wanting to talk about his shit since I started. So I finally got to sit down and record that Hush video, and I'm super, super excited to get that done. Aside from that, I've just been still playing Elden Ring a lot because that DLC is ridiculously long. It's just another game.
It's about what we expected.
And then it was, Long Legs and Maxine, I guess, were the 2 other big things that were recent in our worlds.
Absolutely. And Jake hated both of them. What the fuck, Jake? What's going on with that? Anyway, how are things going on over on Killjoy Jake's channel?
Oh, things are good, man. You know, I'm over the moon about all the VHS Beyond news right now.
Yeah.
I just love those goofy
What's up,
little
Dee Dee?
movies. What's up, Dee Dee? How's it going? Welcome in.
Dee Dee, what's up?
I don't know. I was just like over the moon about all the director announcements and stuff. I'm very excited to, you know, kind of get into that and watch that this October. I really enjoyed the last 3. I know some people were kind of like on the fence about them, but again, you know, these aren't the most mind-blowing horror movies or anything. They're just fun, and that's okay sometimes. So I'm excited to see what this next one's all about. And dude, you know what? Whatever your thoughts are on Longlegs aside, the fact that it made so much money at the box office this past weekend,
It's killing.
dude, that's awesome. Like, that is fantastic to see that indie horror is just alive and well in 2024.
I'm going to see it again.
I think I'll see it again, if I'm being real.
Yeah,
My cousin was asking to see it.
Trying to make time for it. I think I will because I don't think we have a major horror release like for the next like 2 weeks. But then August is going to be pretty heavy.
Cuckoo is out next month.
Yeah, so
I'm really excited. I only just saw the trailer for that for the first time, by the way, like a week ago.
It's so scary.
It looks so good, man.
Yeah.
That fucking shot of the woman chasing that person on the bike.
Yes.
When I was watching that, I was like, oh, no. I didn't. That was fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it play before a few movies, and it scared the fuck out of me. I'm so ready for that one.
I might, very, very big emphasis on might get to see that for Fantasia. but
Ooh.
it's very unlikely so far. We've been denied a lot, and that's one of the emails I have not gotten a response for yet. But I'm gonna stay
Fingers
optimistic.
crossed.
A couple
Fingers-
times these remote festivals have have surprised me.
I can't get over how fucking comically large that thing is, man. Every time you pull it out,
He's got to get his water in, dude.
How
He's gotta
much
stay
does that
hydrated.
hold?
It's filled to the brim right
yeah,
now.
but like, do you know how much? Like,
It's got to be a gallon, dude.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I fill this up like right before a stream usually, and then like I'll just go through the whole damn thing. I'm a thirsty boy.
Hush is fantastic, says Artie, going off of what
Yes, it
our
is.
boy Evan said
I
there.
love Hush. I don't know if this is a hot take. It's my favorite home invasion movie of all time.
Ooh, okay.
I don't
I
know,
like
mine might
it more
be
than
Your
The
Next.
Strangers.
I kind of like Your Next a lot. Like I've been wanting to talk about that one again for a
It's
while.
been too long since I've seen Your Next, but I do want to watch it again.
Yeah, but I mean, I really fell back in love with The Strangers after all the coverage all of us did. Like that
That's
was
great. Yeah.
That's a solid one. It's definitely very, very sad.
Yes.
Don't
And,
breathe is really good too.
Yeah, Don't Breathe. That one's coming up on something I'm doing soon, and that's a fucking great movie. That's what a cool concept. The turkey baster, I love it. Madison says, "Is someone playing Minecraft?" in the
Yeah, someone is
background?"
playing Minecraft.
There you go. I knew that was gonna get called out. Like I knew somebody was gonna be like, "That's Minecraft." I feel
Yeah,
like
of course.
our generation is completely scarred by that game. We'll never not notice as Minecraft whenever
We grew up on it, man. I
Every
was
like
playing Minecraft when you could only play it in the browser. You couldn't even download it.
the
And they
first
didn't.
time I played Minecraft was on the 360. So like
Oh, really?
I was a late adopter in
So
comparison.
when I first started playing it, they hadn't even titled the blocks in your inventory, so you didn't actually know what anything was supposed to be. So I thought that obsidian was shingles. So every time I was building a house, I would use like obsidian rooftops, which would
Where's the old guy?
poor Alex.
and Luke, they're not showing up. They're both old gentlemen, so they've backed out of this.
Although if you are missing Alex, you can find his organs on Facebook Marketplace.
yes, mm-hmm.
So,
we've
there you go.
been getting a lot of bids on those. Unfortunately for Artie, he had
Oh,
a lot
no.
spoiled for him. That kind of sucks.
That's a movie that
I
sucks to
would
get
that.
spoiled because it was such like a weird, twisty thing.
Mm.
That's a shame.
Oh yes, is Luz worth watching? I'm not following. Mr. Boone, can you be
Is
more
that a movie?
specific? Wait, I live in Montreal. Is Cuckoo playing at Fantasia? Yes, sir, it is. So if you live in Montreal, you should buy a ticket because you have that. There's another movie that I wanted to bring up that I just found out about today looking at that list, and it's a very big maybe as well of whether or not I'll get to see it, but it's called Scared Shitless. It sounds incredible. Let me pull
Sounds
that
fun.
up. Talk
Is
about
shit
something
involved?
very much so.
Fucking
Yes,
better be.
Oh,
I know
God.
Jake's in now.
Yeah, right up my alley. Let's go.
I
No,
won't
go
do
ahead.
it justice unless I read the thing. So I actually found it a lot faster.
Run
But
it.
it's a plumber and his germophobic son are forced to get their hands dirty to save the residents of an apartment building when a now hear me out here. A genetically engineered bloodthirsty creature escapes into the plumbing system. And I will just show you what the poster looks like. I want this movie injected into my veins right now. Like that more than anything at this moment in time. This is what's been on my mind
Just
all
like the shit
afternoon.
monster was injected into the plumbing
Mhm.
system.
Look at that.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. Oh, that looks sick.
I want it.
That is quite a poster.
I want it so bad. Like that's
am I
all I've
looking
been
at?
thinking about.
The bloody handprint on the toilet seat is
Oh,
just
God.
the cherry on top. I love it.
I was like, that's a movie I got to share with people, like of anything.
Thank
So
you.
I'm hoping that will show up, and I'll keep tabs on it so y'all can get review coverage because I don't even need a trailer. I just want to see it. Even if the movie is subpar, I'm going to support it just
I'm
for
in.
that title and that poster alone.
Did you guys watch Bad CGI Gator? Because I keep meaning
I
to watch
did.
it.
Yeah, I covered that actually. They sent
Jake,
me a
have you never
screener
seen
for
the
that.
trailer for this?
I do not know of the existence
Okay,
of this
so
movie.
I we can't watch it on stream because that never works out. But After this, I need you to watch the trailer for Bad CGI Gator
Okay.
because it's one of the best things I've ever seen.
It sounds great. I'm into it
It's
already.
It's a fun ass movie, dude. I'm not gonna lie. They really lean into the whole.
It made me wish Ari Aster was
Goofiness
better at
of it.
making movies.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, geez,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
What a weird hit. God damn.
DD says Dylan, I've been visiting family in Canton, Ohio the last 2 weeks. Went to Cedar Point and Sandusky too. Hell yeah, DD. Cedar Point is the best. I have been there many times. I have fun every time. And yeah, I definitely recommend it to you folks if you've never been there. Jake, I'm sure you've been to Cedar Point.
Dude, Madison and I were just there like 2 weeks ago now. Like, I'm not even kidding. So much fun. It's great this year. It is, of course, still stupid expensive, but I mean, I thought it was worth my time.
Usually is. I am one of those people who always misses. Do they still do the Halloween thing?
Yeah, they do.
Spooky, whatever the hell. I really want to
Halloweekends.
go. Hollow Weekends, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because I know I really want to go to Universal Horror Nights, like real bad. I want to get down to Florida to do
same.
that sometime. But that's the closest thing I have, like that. And then I think like they do Boo at the Zoo at all the zoos up here. So
Yeah, I
want
mean,
to do that.
you know, I'll be real with you. It's no Halloween Horror Nights up there in
Oh, I'm
Sandusky,
sure it's
but
not.
but it's cool. I mean, it is still a really good time. We Madison and I have Cedar Point like passes or whatever, so we're probably gonna go this fall.
Perfect.
I'm excited.
Sweet.
My day job, they offer you as a perk, you either get a Cedar Point season pass or you get a Cleveland Zoo season pass. So
Ooh,
the first few years here, I've just been taking that. So if I'm still working there by the time Atticus is old enough for roller coasters, I might have to switch it up.
Hell yeah.
But let's see what we got here. I've never played a single second of Minecraft.
You're missing out.
Yep,
You
I was
are
literally
missing
about
out.
to say you're missing out.
You are
already.
seriously missing out.
Luz is the director of Cocoon. No, I have not seen that. If that's that's their first film.
I'll check it out.
So yeah. And Artie says, no, it's fine. Spoiling is not a big deal for me, but now I can't wait to see it. Well, hey, if that floats your boat, my friend, then I'm happy for you.
I've never understood that. I'm glad that you're not like perturbed, but I just don't get that.
What's up, Cynthia? How's it going? You can get a scared shitless tattoo just like the poster. Hey, no,
I
that
was
would
just
be a
talking
pretty
about
dope
getting a
poster.
tattoo soon. Like I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, and I think that little shit thing might be
it's up
be
there.
the play.
Are you do you not have any tattoos?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. You have your virgin flesh. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
virgin flesh. That's right. Yeah.
Dylan, do you have a tattoo?
I do. I have multiple.
Why
I
do
was
I not
wearing
remember this?
shorts. I have Jason on one thigh here, and then calf, and then Michael on the other, and then I have
Jake, do you have any?
this
I
is
do.
my Blade Runner unicorn.
So I got
and
a
then-
ghost face with horns.
Nice.
I have
On the
these
shoulder.
two on my like upper arm area.
Mm.
That's
So,
dope.
Oh yeah, Place Be- yeah, you showed me that because the Place Beyond
Mhm.
the Pines one is there. Yeah,
Nice.
Yep. I got a couple.
Nice.
I think I'm forgetting one.
I have a bunch that I want. I've just been
Bros,
trying
high
to figure
five,
out.
Dylan.
Like,
What's up, my dude? That's what
I'm just trying to figure out like placement for them because I like have so many that I want. I want to figure out how I want to lay them out. You know?
Yeah, no, that's honestly like the first one's the hardest in my opinion for that. But then you
Oh, yeah.
realize that you're just gonna fucking go wherever. You're just
Well,
gonna
everyone I know
there
who
and
like
just-
as soon as they get their first one, they're like more.
Yeah.
all my tattoos were small up until I got the ones on my calves because like those two are big, but I will never go back on that. Like
Yeah.
now I feel like every single tattoo has to be that size because all the detail and stuff that my friend put into it, she did an amazing job.
Sure.
Yo, Cuckoo is on the site. I'm definitely gonna buy a ticket. 14 buckaroonies is a steal. Absolutely, dude. I mean,
Totally worth
the
it.
fact that you live that close to Fantasia is kind of fucking. I'm jealous because like that's amazing that you could literally just drive there. What is up, Gremlin Ryo?
Gremlin, what's up, bud?
my friend? Welcome. Always glad to see you make it on the weeknight streams. I hate people who post how Nick Cage looks in long legs in their thumbnails.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you for not
annoying
picking
me.
One of those
That
jackets.
sucks.
Yeah, that's a big one because I know that's been getting a lot of people.
They showed it in one of the trailers, and I don't think they should have.
hmm Yeah, I was frustrated with that because I saw a slight glimpse of it, but
Yeah.
I
Granted, I
literally,
mean, you
like,
see
looked
him.
away.
No, I don't want to spoil things actually.
Don't
no spoilers.
spoil.
It
No
hasn't been
spoilers.
that long enough.
Madison says I have 30 tattoos and I'm craving more. That's like my wife, dude. Madison has, or my wife Haley has, I think 34 tattoos now. So
Damn.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
she's been getting tattooed since she was like 18, and gets like 2 a year basically.
Yeah.
Like whenever she wants to treat herself, she gets tattoos. Those are like what she
Hell yeah.
collects. I collect little plastic men and horror stuff. So
You could have
know.
ended it a little plastic men. I would have known what you meant.
yeah, see, I got this guy from Indiana Jones like last year.
Oh yeah.
And he just sits on my desk here. So
There you go.
Little
you company.
plastic guys. There you go. I got 30 in 2 years. Okay. Well,
That's what I have.
good God. That's a lot of needles.
I have a wizard mouse.
Wizard Mouse? I
You may
love
have
it.
plastic men.
That's
I
what
have
I
a wizard
like. I
mouse.
fuck with that.
What was his name again? Alistair? Named Alistair.
Ooh.
Is he from the Tales of Despero?
Is he from the Tales of Despero? Shit, he just vibing. I think is what they said.
There you go. Big fan of your videos, Jake, says El Royal.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will
All the
always
love.
call him El Rayo. It's stuck in my head because he was El Rayo for the longest time when he was like the only person who would ever show up to our streams back in the day. And he's
Wow.
been here from the start.
Hell yeah.
And then he changed it to Gremlin Rayo, and now I have a hard time keeping it straight. Oh,
That's
Wait
awesome.
a second. Hold on.
Wizard
One sec
Moose.
here.
And then hello people, says Nightmare Files. What's going on, friend?
That's
All
weird.
right. Well,
Do I know this guy's channel?
it's looks pretty professional.
Give me a
We can
second.
definitely check. But I was thinking we can probably start going into the news. Like I said, for those of you who are just rolling in, going to be a little bit more of a laid back stream tonight, just because we're missing a couple of the fellas. Obviously, our boy Alex could not make it tonight. Jake is here, and he just got off his stream, so we don't want to overwhelm him. But now you have to play horror trivia. So if you get
Yeah.
any of these wrong, we have to beat you up. So
Hold on, one sec. I
Oh,
want to
no.
say I've watched Nightmare Files videos for like years. This is fucking cool.
really,
Ooh.
Yeah, he makes like really cool, like it's like one of those things where it's creepy stories from the internet or like camera foot like doorbell cam footage or whatever. Just like really creepy compilations of like videos that he's found around the internet. I fucking love this guy. That's so cool.
hell yeah, dude.
What's going on, man?
Yo. I'm just
love
looking
it.
at his page now. Wow.
Yeah,
Good
he
stuff.
makes great. Like I love his videos.
Awesome.
Very,
Francisco,
very cool.
how's it going, buddy?
Welcome. What's going on, Francisco?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I am currently browsing. I feel like I've watched this channel too.
Probably, dude. He makes like
I know there was a gentleman who we reviewed his film recently. I don't think it's this. No, it's not. But there was another guy who does a similar kind of true crime channel.
Yeah.
We reviewed his first film, and it's pretty good. It's called Angry Boy, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So, and he also had a similar vibe on his, but I think yours, Nightmare Files, definitely go into more of the.
Yeah.
I see. I have definitely seen this channel before.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
thanks for tuning in, dude. That's cool.
Because 3 disturbing true Christmas horror stories with I literally watched that last year, I think, or
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
even just a few months ago. But I just like the Santa Claus thumbnail. I vividly remember that. Or no, was it 3? There's a multiple of them. I don't know. Point is, I watched a creepy Santa Claus video not too long ago, and I think it's this. So thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he says thank you, but this is all about you guys. Oh, thank you.
Thanks for
Brad.
tuning in, man. Seriously. Crystal.
Glad I made it. I thought I was
Hey,
going to miss
Crystal.
this. No, Crystal, what's up? How's it going? All right. Why don't we dive into things? I know this wasn't on the docket, but it just popped up today, and I know that Evan's going to want to touch on it, and I'm sure Jake isn't going to have any issue with it. If he does, we will immediately switch topics, just not to offend
I
our
might.
guests. But we are going to be talking a little bit about Hellhole.
Oh, yes. This.
Yes, the
Oh, yeah.
latest from the Adams family. For those of you who don't know, they are famous for Hellbender. Was their big one that was on Shudder, and then they just recently did Where the Devil Roams, which is just my favorite from them. I absolutely love it. Super vibey, super gothic. Love that film. But Evan, you are kind of the expert here. You are the one that got me to watch Hellbender, so I'm going to kind of let you guide us through this story, sir. What is going on?
Hell yeah. So first of all, the Adams family, these people, some of the nicest people I've like talked to through doing YouTube stuff. They've been making really, really cool and very unique horror movies on very, very low budgets for a long time. Hellbender was the thing that kind of like propelled them a little more because it was just this perfect timing for it to come out. Because Jake, have you seen Hellbender?
I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking
Excellent
awesome. So it's like, you know, it's a very isolated story that's taking place with someone who like can't communicate with other people around them, and it dropped right around the time that like COVID isolation was really prevalent for people. So it was a really good time for it, and it's a very unique movie, so it got a lot of eyes to it, which I'm super happy about because it has allowed them to go on and create some things in a bigger scope. Hellbender is still my favorite thing they've done. Where the Devil Roams is absolutely fantastic. And I am super excited for this. So this is apparently like a very throwback creature feature, which I'm really curious about because they have not done anything like that before. Hellbender had some really cool like practical effects, especially when you get towards the end of the movie. And I'm curious to see what they're planning on doing from the lens of a creature feature. Because Where the Devil Roams was like this trippy, carny, like
Yeah, it's
road
very
movie.
gothic horror. Very,
Yeah.
I love it. It's like got that 1920s kind of vibe to it, like you said, carny thing. Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this. There's something that I really love about the heart in their movies, because it is very low budget and you can tell it's low budget, but there is so much like spirit and clear passion in there, and they are also making movies that are so wildly unlike anything else that's coming from anybody else. So every time they're coming out with something, I always get like really giddy because I just don't know what to expect with them. And then to top it off, they're wonderful people. I interviewed them on the channel sometime
I think
last
year.
Yeah, it was sometime last year, and I would love to have them on again to chat about Hellhole whenever we get around to seeing it. They were
great interview, by the way, guys. Look it up.
Thank you. I was very happy with that. That was around the time that Where the Devil Roams came out, and Toby was very generous and got me a screener a long while before the movie actually came out. So thank you, Toby. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm just very curious to see like what kind of like creature effects they're going to do with it, because it's just
I'm
new
really,
ground for them.
I really love that poster. It gives me the Thing vibes.
And you're a creature feature guy, so
you know it. I am an easy sell when it comes to that. And the thing that really stuck out to me in the descriptor here was just old school sci-fi horror. That's what they're going for with this. They say it's going to have that typical Addams Family fusion to it, so it's going to revolve around a small family. But yeah, dude, I am so ready for it. It's horror in tandem with questions of gender and bodily autonomy. So I think this is going to be a big body horror film. So like I am so about it. And
they did some of that in Where the Devil Roams, and some of it fucked with me.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure the final shot, no spoilers, but that final shot,
no spoilers.
Fucked me up.
But you know what? I was actually telling Toby the thing that bothered me. I won't say what, but it's the thing with the tooth. I did not like that at all.
It is.
They're good at that stuff.
They do a really good job with that. Like I have that. I bought the was it Vinegar Syndrome who put that out, the Blu-ray?
Yeah, Where the Devil Roams Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, I have that as well.
I've yet to watch it again just because like I'm waiting. I want my wife to watch it because I think she'd be all over it. She loves that kind of gothic
horror.
It's a
great release too.
Yeah, the idea that they put behind that of just how like the kind of curse works, so original, so fun.
It's so cool. I get so excited every time there's something new coming out from them.
Absolutely, I'm the same, and I don't think I can say it, but I was talking to Toby today because Fantasia stuff, and there's gonna be a lot more. That's all I can say.
Of course.
So,
and I was glad because when I talked
excited.
to them, I asked, I was basically like, well, you guys have been doing this for a while now. Are you planning on just sticking in horror, or do you want to try some other stuff? They're like, no, we're horror, and we're all in on it. So, and I was so glad to hear that because I just wanted, I'd be down to see whatever they want to do, but I don't know if they can keep on this track record of just creating these weird, bizarre, unique movies. I'm all in.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yes.
And hearing that this is 80s sci-fi horror, like I don't know about you guys, but that's like my favorite kind of horror movies. Like
I'm in there for you.
three of my favorites are The Thing, The Fly, and The Blob, like all from the 80s.
Oh,
I love them to death. So anything in that same vein, I'm here for it.
Madison, I'm stealing your boyfriend, dude. Like, just walk out, okay? I love this man to
Jake,
death. See, that's
can I
why
tell
we
you
get,
something?
we get by
Yeah.
so long.
And Dylan, can I tell you something?
Okay, maybe.
I've seen The Thing.
Oh, you piece of shit. You haven't seen The Fly either? I knew about The Blob. Every week with you, dude. My
Dude.
God.
This is gonna be a new segment on the show.
Anyway, let's get back to some serious conversations. Can't be trusted. I do that with Alex all the time,
man.
but he's not here, so we're gonna have to beat up on Evan. But Francisco says it's like a hole, but like from hell, and I think he got that. I think he he nailed it there.
Spoilers.
Hellhole. This is about my hometown, says Artie Pavlov. I could say the same thing about me. There's a movie called Hellhole on Netflix. I don't think it's related. Is it bad? I haven't seen
I
it.
watched about 10 minutes of it.
Okay. Crystal says Hellbender is wild. I love it.
Oh, I
The
just
whole family
upset
works
chat with that
together
one.
on these films. Oh, no.
I have to watch
Mr.
The Fly.
Mr. Boone says, oh man, I am not a fan of these guys. I don't often say try hard when talking about horror, but man, I am just not a fan of their weird acting with bad After Effects VFX. Hellbender was a big miss.
They're limited on their budget. They can't do like crazy big CGI effects. They're doing what they can.
I
No,
loved the
Mr.
quirky
Boone's-
acting.
Yeah, and there's something I find really charming about it too.
Yeah, I
right?
was just gonna say that was a big thing about
even the
Hellbender
effect.
for me.
I actually had to specifically ask John about this when I talked about him, and I don't remember what he said, but that effect where she puts her hand on the door and the key comes out of her hand is so fucking cool. Like I remember seeing that, I was like blown away by it. It's such a subtle thing, but it's really cool.
Mr. Boone says, sorry to be such a hater, LMAO. Mr. Boone, I'm sorry, dude, but like, what did we disagree on? There was Caveat. Earlier this week, he commented that he hated Caveat. And he's just a hater, man. That's just what it is. So, like, no, I'm kidding. I love you, dude. You're always showing your support, and it's okay. Like, you have a very specific, type of horror film that you like. So, I'm totally down for it. I ride with it.
Now wait, can I clarify? Because it looks like someone thinks I said I haven't seen The Thing. I have seen The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I have not seen The Fly or The Blob. That was what I was saying.
Dude.
Those are two big ones. Luke would be upset with you for not seeing The Blob. Like,
Luke
that's
wouldn't
one of
be
his
upset
favorites.
with me. Luke wouldn't be upset with me.
The Fly is my favorite horror film of all time. So
Really?
yes, I love it to death.
Well, I need to
Naked
get
Jeff
on it.
Goldblum, you gotta watch it. It's the best.
That's why I like it.
Wait, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, dude. You're missing out.
That's another one too. Like, speaking of The Thing, The Thing's obviously a lot of people know it's a remake of like an old Howard Hawks film, and The Fly
Sort of.
is a remake of an old who did that one? The Fly, the original Fly.
I don't know,
somebody
but
big.
also sort of because they in both movies they take a lot of liberties, which I think is great. So.
I have a question for you guys because
Absolutely.
I get a little probably unnecessarily pedantic about this, but I don't.
Kurt Newman. That's
I
what it
don't
was.
refer to The Thing as a remake.
It's
It's way
an
more
adaptation.
it's way more of just a new adaptation of the novel than it is a remake of that first movie. Like
It's
you know?
definitely a lot closer. I
Yeah.
would agree with you on that. Madison says he also has gas problems. Oh,
she's just outing
sorry.
me here
Yeah,
tonight.
she
I
said
know
he
that. He
snores
sends
really
videos all the
loud,
time.
So
It's all
good
right.
luck.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. Farts and snores are all I'm here for, baby. Let's go. I'm down. Jake,
That's the only reason we
come on
bring
home.
Jake on.
For the farts
kick
and
my-
snores, dude.
Yeah.
I'll kick my wife and kid out on the street for you. Let's go. I'll throw it all away for you.
Madison doesn't know what she has. That's all I'm saying.
Gremlin says he's super excited for the Nosferatu movie. Well, I got my Nosferatu
Oh,
cap
hell
right
yeah.
here.
We know you're excited for it.
No, it's dark embroidered, so you can't really see it that much. But no, I mean, I'm a little excited. I don't know. It should be all right.
Oh my lord.
What?
No.
She's laughing at me.
What I really want to see is a Lovecraftian horror. The guys who made the Thing prequel released a few years ago, but not.
Just
on
so long
the
as they can keep the actual
Oh,
practical
yeah.
effects this time.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I really want to see more from that team. I don't know what they've done since that, honestly. I think weren't they known for something? One second. I thought they had a big movie before the Thing prequel that's what got them that job. Here, you guys talk about something. I'm researching.
Oh God, what is Jake? Your hair? It's I don't know. There's something
Oh,
about it
wait,
today.
it's the Coca-Cola and Disney, the multiverse awaits ad. Yes, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't know. These guys did a lot of ads. The thing is like their only serious credit to
Interesting.
That's so interesting. But yeah, no, I would love more Lovecraftian horror. Speaking of that, I did a little poll earlier, just a little self promotion, I guess. I put something out. I was basically just wanting to know, since we're doing list videos now, that's all the channel's going to be anymore because that's all anybody wants to watch apparently. No, it seriously though, this
I
has been
voted on it.
a crazy week. Thank you. Yeah, but we've had like a ridiculous amount, 375 votes. Going towards cosmic horror. So it looks like you guys will be looking
What did I vote
at a
for?
list of my cosmic horror.
I voted for cosmic horror.
Yeah, no, I'm
Love
excited.
cosmic
That was
horror.
kind of what the thing I was hoping that I get to talk about. So absolutely excited to do that.
Hell yeah.
Which, by the way, thank you all so much for embracing that long legs video I did.
Yeah,
Jesus,
dude.
Like we have never had a video perform that well on this channel ever.
Well, that's
I
like
don't-
already over double what your top video was before.
It's like tripled it, dude. 67,000 views
Fuck
right
yeah,
now.
man.
Dude,
The highest I've
congrats.
ever gotten is 22,000 views. So
Yeah.
like this is absurd. And like we just wanted to get the 3K and we're almost at 5. Like I literally wake up every day with tears in my
Yes.
eyes because it's like I love you all for doing that. So yeah, it feels good. So I mean, if that's what it takes, if you guys want more videos like that, I'm happy that it worked. I've been looking for a series to do like that is just kind of like ours.
Yeah.
I'm glad this one worked with you guys, so I'm happy to do them. So that's what it is. So, all right, end of
yeah.
self promotion. Let's see what's in the chat. Okay, we won't talk about Jake's poop obsession. We've already talked about his gift.
You should have seen before we went live. Jesus.
Lightning Ghost from Jake's channel just subscribed. Oh, thank you, Lightning Ghost.
Hey.
Welcome. Thank you. Nightmare Files says I loved Long Legs.
Same,
Yes,
dude.
Yes, I definitely enjoyed it.
Jake, lay down.
I hated that film. Terrible. 0 out
No,
of 10.
I also really enjoyed it.
Gremlin,
It's just so fucking weird.
I am going to see Twisters at a press screening tomorrow. So I am seeing Twisters. I rewatched Twister last night. Are you guys Twister fans? Have you guys?
Never
is that a
seen
movie
it.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
grew up with? Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Jake, let's talk about Twister for a second because I feel like I'll never get an opportunity to talk about it. What a great movie! Feels like a classic Spielberg kind of movie.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. It's all the same people that worked on like Jurassic Park that made that movie, which is so interesting. And I watched it again recently with Madison. She's a huge fan. I'm sorry I keep bringing her up. She's a huge fan of storms and like tornadoes and shit. So of course that's like one of her favorite movies. So she's like hyped. We're seeing it on Wednesday, like at a 7:00 screening. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that film. It's got a great cast. I love Glenn Powell. So I'm excited to see it. I'll probably do a review on it. I know it's not horror, but I'm still excited. I'm just excited, man. I think it's going to be a good one. It's got a good cast. That one guy is going to be in the new Jurassic Park movie, or Jurassic World, I mean.
The
What's his
guy
name?
from the latest Transformers.
Yeah, Anthony Ramos. Is that his name?
I believe so. Yeah.
Something like that. So
One of the things that was like a constant in my household growing up was we would basically watch anything that Bill Paxton was in. Rest in peace.
oh yeah.
And that's like one of the ones that was always on. Like I fucking love that cast in that movie, and I literally just rewatched it like 2 nights ago. I threw it on just because I knew I was going to see Twisters, and I just was like, it was like stepping into a time machine, dude. Like I'm sitting there watching it, like all the sweeping shots with like the fucking John Williams-esque music and everything. I'm just like, this is great. And honestly, like, yes, some of the CG has dated very poorly, but like I think that the movie is still just as entertaining, and the tornadoes just as fucking scary as when I was a kid. Like especially the one when it rips through the town with The Shining playing. Like, goddamn, that's
I did
tough
the
one.
Twister ride at Universal. Does that count?
Oh, I missed that.
Basically the same thing. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
you got
That
to
was
see
so
the cow. Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for that one. Poop Obsession, like Poop Demon from the Dogma. There you
That's
go.
me.
Don't shat on the scat. Love what you love, Jake.
Jake, can you make that your
Thank
next
you.
outro?
Yes.
Your
Don't
next
shat
show?
on the scat.
Don't shat
Nightmare
on the
Files
scat.
watched Long Legs twice this weekend, sir.
I'm going to go
Absolutely.
see it again. Yeah, I want to give it another watch.
I wanted to. I just had to edit, and like I had to make a decision there because I was this close to getting up the next morning and going back to the theater to see it.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
I was really considering it. Francisco says, I grew up with Twister. I love it. Just got it on VHS a few days ago. Plus, being from Minnesota where tornadoes hit, that scene is scary. Absolutely. I can imagine that's a fucking nightmare. Let's see. Also, movie companies should hire me. I want to make crocodile horror movies. Sharks get way too much horror movies. I just want some more crocodile movies. I'd also love to make Gremlins 3. Hire them. I'm always down for more fucking crocodile movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the film Alligator from 1980?
I own it on 4K.
Dude, like one of the most underrated creature features of all time. I will die on that hill. Like so
I
good.
agree. I love
Oh.
it. It's another one that like transports me to my childhood because like I would watch that whenever it was on because sci-fi, at least around here, I'm sure you watched it too. Like when they do like their Saturday movie nights where it's like
Yeah.
they had a creature feature they were building up to. They'd play fucking Alligator, the Carnosaur movies, all that stuff. Like I would watch all that shit constantly.
Dude, yeah, no, that movie just in particular, that's the reason why I agree with this statement so much. Like to see how well done that is. It's like we need more like B movies in that same vein. I don't know. It's like that and Killer Clowns from Outer Space I think would be such a good double feature for some weird reason, but I don't know.
Jake's bad
Love that movie.
CGI gator.
Yeah, I got to do that,
telling
man.
you.
Right up my alley.
There's a moment in that movie that it just had me rolling. I just remember
can't
writing
wait.
I wrote like 2 pages of notes when I watched
Yeah.
that movie, and I never do that for full moon movies. Usually I can just figure it out as I'm going, but like I had
My
to keep
buddy and
writing
I are
stuff
going
down.
to just buy like a 6-pack of beer or something and watch that soon.
It's totally worth it. It's one of those
Yeah.
for sure. Plus it's
Excited.
it's like 70 minutes. It's like nothing. You'll get through it
Perfect.
so fast.
Great.
And then let's see. There was something else. Oh yes, Poo Enthusiasm guy. Gusto Milk Review when? There you go.
Oh my god.
Jake, can you start doing laxative reviews?
One of these days I'm going to lose my mind and do some crazy review like that on the
Yeah.
page and everyone's going to be like I kind of saw this coming,
Yeah. There'd be no one's surprised by this.
No.
Have you all heard of the Deliverance movie that's coming out at the end of August on Netflix? There's a documentary that came out in 2018 called Demon House that covered the same thing. I know
Oh.
about Demon House. I didn't know there was another movie coming out.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Let me see this. I thought you were talking about Deliverance with like John Voight.
Yeah. Different movie.
Very different movie.
I didn't get around to seeing The Exorcism, and I want to. The one with fucking.
I heard it was really.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible,
Yeah.
but I feel like as like with The Exorcist, like being as big of a movie as it is for me, I want to at least give it a watch.
Oh, this one by Lee Daniels. I did hear about this. Okay. Yeah, this was I didn't know this was going to Netflix. That's interesting. It's got Caleb McLean, I think is how you say that. He's from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Oh, Caleb McLaughlin.
Yes, yeah. Lucas from Stranger Things, for those of you who don't know. But no, yeah, this is I'm curious. I like Lee Daniels stuff, so
Sweet.
I'm
Keep an eye out for
interested
that,
in
yeah.
this now. Yeah, I will keep an eye on this. Let us see. So yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. I'm very curious. Yes, Crystal says, of course, Jaws with alligators. Yes, let's go.
Love it.
Plus, they kill a kid in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid gets eaten. Like,
Well, now I want to see it.
oh,
It's
yeah,
like
no,
it's unceremonious, it's brutal. I don't know. I love that movie.
Did you see
Oh,
Christmas Bloody Christmas?
Yes, that was the
Yes,
one with
they-
the robot
They
Santa, right?
fuck up a kid in that movie.
they do
Yeah.
fuck up a kid in that movie.
That movie, I loved it, but it did not know when to end. It just
That's what I said in my video. I was like, this has 6 different endings. It's like you watched the Blu-ray and then you went and watched like the alternate endings after, but that's just built into the final cut.
Yeah.
I like,
but I mean, granted,
for like a Terminator vibe at the end.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
but then he wouldn't die.
It was one of those things where I was like, can this please end? But then every single time it would happen, he would get cooler and cooler. So I was like, it kind of feels like a Souls boss, where it's like we're entering different phases here. It was fun, but yeah, it did go on too long. But anyway, I just think, speaking of kid murder.
Jake, where's the Red Right Hand 2 sequel? What's going on with that, bud?
Everyone wants Red Right Hand 2, man. I don't know.
Bro? I literally was texting you about that the other week. I rewatched it. I hadn't seen it since I think a couple months after it had come out, when I really dove into looking at YouTuber short films and stuff. And fucking solid, man. That scene where I was telling you about, where you're doing American Psycho, but with your acting was fucking golden, dude. I'm not just sitting here, jerking you off because I'm your friend or whatnot. I'm literally saying that. You nailed that. I fucking love that scene.
No, so I really appreciate it, man.
But is that something that you're kind of batting around, or is it? I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about your new one.
Well, yeah, I'm working on something else right now. It's my first real original, and I can't say much about it, but it's I don't know where you'll see it. You might see it.
I'm super excited.
You might see it somewhere else besides YouTube. That'd be kind of cool. Fingers crossed. But would I make Red Right Hand 2? Maybe. I don't know. I have an idea for it, but I feel like the driving force of Red Right Hand was the Jamie character, and he's kind of no longer with us. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I would love to. If I could go back and do it again, I would. But
you could just bring him back and then just do that. So fuck it, rewrite it. There you go. Nightmare File says, I have a theory on the movie Trap. Well, we're open to hearing it. Yeah. I'm always curious to hear what people thought of our thinking when it comes to.
Oh, I already saw my dog back there. Yeah, she's sleeping behind me right now.
Aw.
My first watch of Bloody Christmas, I thought it was okay because it was so long with the ending, but rewatching it, it was so much fun.
There's also there's a lot of dialogue at the start of it.
It did take a while.
Lot of dialogue.
That was one of my issues with it.
It's a little jarring.
I was surprised because I don't really like Joe Bago's stuff all that much. He gets a little he has really good concepts, but I feel like when it comes down to execution, they just don't work for me all that often. But
I enjoyed that movie. I can't lie.
That was one that I would say it was his most consistent in my enjoyment for it, for sure. Plus, I spoilers, but people die in that movie that I wasn't expecting. You know what I mean? Especially when they do. I was like, wow, they're actually just taking people out. It's cool. All right. Well, why don't we move into the next big piece of news? And then I know we're going to have to talk some VHS here, which we'll probably spend a good deal of time on. But I had to talk about this a little bit because I went deep on these films. I spoke with the writer, director, and producer of these, not over an interview, but we've emailed each other a couple of times, especially when the last one was coming out. And I was a really big fan of the first film, and we're talking Hell House. And when I saw that they were making a 5th installment, I totally saw that coming. Because why not? They're working out so well. Why would you not? But my big thing for this is that I feel, and you guys, if you've seen them, you can let me know how wrong I am or how right. I feel like the first film was really fun. It doesn't necessarily stick the landing, but I think it's got some really great scares. The second and third, I could literally do without. I think the idea gets way too big, way too out there. This new one was great. It was right back on track. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Hell House movies?
Haven't seen any of them.
Yo, really?
Really?
Do you
I've seen the VHS movies though. I love found footage.
Okay. Yeah.
Love found footage.
I mean, so my quick take on it is I think the first one is it's the underrated found footage flick, so much so to the point where like it's been recommended so much that I don't think it's underrated anymore. But it's a
I
very
wouldn't call
good
it
movie.
underrated anymore, but yeah, it's definitely one that surprises you by
I
how
need
good
to
it
see
is.
it.
But the sequels, I don't know. I'm not crazy about them at all. But the new one was like kind of a step up from the last two, at least in my opinion. So I liked that one, but 2 and 3, man, I don't know. Wasn't crazy about them. But the first one, the new one, pretty good, pretty solid. If they can keep that quality up, I'm here for 5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch them all. Like I want to see them. When is this coming out?
this one's not coming out till 2025, so we're not getting it till next fall. But
They're filming
yeah,
it soon, though, right?
I
they
might
are.
watch those like
Yeah,
next week or something. I really want to see them.
they are so no. I'm gonna tell you this. Don't watch them next week. Wait until like end of September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they vibey?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yes. They're about haunted houses. So
I'll wait.
well, at least the first one is, and then the rest. I mean, yeah, it's like a. Artie says, I think I've said this before, but I always confuse Hell House with House October Built. Very similar. I think that House October Built is also a good series. I like one a little bit more than two personally. Have you seen those, Jake?
Yeah. I haven't seen the second one. I've only seen the first one, though.
I like the first one a lot. I think it doesn't necessarily stick with me as much as the first Hell House does, but yeah, I would say like the first Hell House does a really good job with like those subtle scares. Like all I think about is just to without spoiling anything, the steps scene.
Yeah.
Jake, if you know what I'm talking about, yeah,
Yeah.
like that will always stick with me. I don't know why that unsettled the fuck out of me the first time I saw it. I know it was supposed to, but like that was crazy. So I'm all for this. This new one is called Hell House Lineage, and of course we have Stephen Cognetti coming back to direct. So you know that's always a good sign. He is stuck with the series all the way through. Yeah, it's one of those ones where I am all for it. Crystal says they were mid to me, totally forgettable. I'm sorry, Crystal, get out of here. I'm kidding. That's fine, and that's the thing. I think that's the beauty of found footage, because like some things that work for others don't work for everybody, and like this is a good series for that, because again, you have some people who love that trilogy, then you have people like us who just don't fucking care for those other two movies. I think they just get too big. Like I can't say why because it's all spoilers, but yeah, it was. Yeah, no, they just don't. They take a very simple, cool idea, and they blow it up to 100, and I hate it.
They get too documentary-y for me.
Mm.
Like I think I like the amount of it in the first one, but then like the second and third movie are just full
So
blown.
are these like mockumentaries or found footage movies?
That's hard to answer.
Okay.
They're kind of a cross.
Yeah.
I would say because like the first one especially is set up like a mockumentary, but it kind of transitions into just straight found footage, and then they jump back to it. So
Would you consider mockumentaries to be found footage?
depends.
Yeah.
Depends on the presentation entirely, because you have mockumentaries that don't do any of the found footagey stuff, where it's just literally
Well,
fake interviews and.
I mean,
stuff like
obviously,
that.
I'm thinking about Lake Mungo, where it's like whenever people talk about found footage movies, I never know whether or not to refer to that as found footage.
I would call that a mockumentary.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
I
I'd
mean,
consider that
there
found
are
footage.
found footage elements in it, like quite literally, but I don't know if I would call it a found footage movie. If I did, it would be my favorite found footage movie of all time. But this opens up some more doors for me.
I just recommended that movie on my oddity list.
Did you? I haven't been able to watch that yet. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, no, it's because Oddity is a solid ghost film, so I had to talk about Lake Mungo.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's another one that I was definitely like. I like this series. I like what they're doing with it. I just hope they can stick it with another one. If they can keep the continuity of Carmichael, is it Carmichael Manor, or whatever the last one was called? Yeah. If they keep that like energy, then we're in good hands. Because honestly, like I went into that, I was excited. I was happy that they gave me a screener for that. But like I was so worried because I did not like those last two, and I was like, it's probably going to be more of the same of that. But nope, they brought it right back to the roots, and I couldn't have been happier.
They balance it out again, and again, I'm not spoiling anything, but it's like 2 and 3 are just mockumentaries. Like the Carmichael Manor, it goes back to that balance, which is what works for me about it, at least.
I completely agree.
Have you guys seen Phoenix Forgotten? Because Artie just brought that up in chat.
So Madison and I watched that for the first time recently.
That is a cool fucking movie.
Excellent, crazy underrated found footage
Yes,
movie. Like
100%. I
it.
like, because I'd never heard anyone talking about it, and then I think it was Chris Stuckman did a video on it like years ago, and so I watched it one day just like offhand, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does no one talk about this? Dylan, do you know what it is?
I can say that I've never seen it. I know what it is, but I've never seen it. So
You should watch it.
You've caught me in one. I don't
You
know.
should watch it. Well, I mean, come on.
I'm
I'm
on
saying
the
I haven't
other
seen The
side of the
Fly.
coin.
You're saying you've never seen Phoenix Forgotten. I think there's a bit of a difference here. No, you should watch it though.
I will check it out. It's or am I thinking of Project Almanac?
Phoenix
Maybe.
Forgotten is in like Nevada. It's people attempting to break into Area 51.
I have not seen that. I don't know anything about this. That sounds awesome.
Dude, you have to watch it.
it's excellent. It's definitely like a slower burn kind of movie, but
It's a
man,
slow movie, but it fucking rocks.
when you get into it. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Let me see here.
I love like desert alien shit. That kind of stuff is so like eerie if it's done properly, and I was so into it.
Speaking of aliens, we're not talking about Alien Romulus. We're going to talk about VHS Beyond. Because I remember last year this was pitched as like
Hell
what
yeah.
VHS in space was what the last thing we heard that it was going to be. Are they sticking with that, or is this just going to be more of a typical VHS thing with maybe a little bit of space influence? Who knows? But I do love the directing cast behind this, or I guess the ensemble of directors, and that's what the thing I know you were saying. I think at the start of this, Evan, that like there's, or who was saying that that this a lot of people don't like these movies.
I would.
Oh, that was Jake. Because there's only one that I don't care for, and that's Viral.
I agree.
All the others are solid movies, and especially these last three, so fucking good. So like I loved the last three, and like I think they have some of the most inventive shit in those. So this is all a big win for me. What do you guys think?
I mean, the first VHS scared the living shit out of me the first time I saw it. Like, at that time, that was one of the scariest movies I'd seen. I like that, I think it's the first one where it's those dudes who find that chick out at the bar and they bring her back to their apartment. It scared the hell out of me. That there's so many like creative segments in it, like the one where the woman has something growing, like the thing growing inside of her or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. But it's really good. VHS 2 was like just fun, just bombastic, crazy fun. Viral, yeah. These new ones, I haven't like been in love with them, but they're always fun. Like I haven't had an urge to rewatch any of the newer ones, but every time I sit down to watch through them, I'm like, this is a good time. This is cool. I don't think that they're like not really scary anymore, which maybe is part of why I'm a little alienated with the franchise, just because I remember how scared I was watching that first movie, and then it didn't feel like any of the others quite. Not that they didn't hit that level, because they weren't really going for that anyway. So I can't say they didn't hit something they weren't aiming for. But it just wasn't quite what I wanted out of found footage. But I'm super excited. Which one was it that had the like funeral parlor?
That was the first one. Or
No, it's one of the more recent. Oh yeah, okay.
I meant the first one from the new run. Yeah.
That I loved everything about that segment. And if we can get some shit like that, I'm a happy boy. But obviously with this, there's one thing that's sticking out to me. And it's Evan. I made one. I made Dream Girl. So that's pretty cool. No, I'm talking about Stowaway. Obviously, the segment called Stowaway, because this is written by Mike Flanagan. The really cool thing that has me very excited is that it's directed by Kate Siegel, who is Flanagan's wife, frequent collaborator, has been in tons of his... We were just talking about Hush. She's the lead role in Hush. She's been in pretty much everything he's done since Hush. And I always love seeing her. She's a phenomenal actor, and she's co-written a lot of his work, and I love everything she's done. I'm very excited because this is her directorial debut. And that I'm very, very curious to see. But we've got some really cool names in here. I mean, Kristen and Justin Long obviously is another very exciting name to see here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Agreed. I'm very, very excited about this. Jake, you are our resident, VHS expert. So How are you feeling about VHS Beyond?
Dude, I'm embarrassed by how many times I've seen all of these movies. Like even Viral, I've watched like maybe 7, 8 times. I'm just obsessed with it. One of my biggest draws to sci-fi horror or like just this genre in particular, actually found footage too, is just like the cryptic energy of it. I love a good mystery, where you can just like you can't quite wrap your head around everything that's going on, and you got to fill in the blanks. A lot of VHS segments do that for me, and I don't know, I get so hyped. Like, dude, the last one, I stayed up until 3 a.m. when it dropped on Shudder, and I watched it in the middle of the night. I was so excited for it. VHS 85 is probably one of my least favorites, which is probably a hot take, but it's still great. Like, it's still just an excellent entry. So I don't know, man. I'm over the moon about this one. I can't wait. I hope they just keep making VHS movies every year with new directors. Like, I don't know. I could get 100 more of these, and I don't think I'd get sick of them. But I do agree with Evan. I don't think they're as scary, especially with the last 2 entries. 94 has a few that I think 94 is the best one in my opinion, which again might be a hot take, but every segment there has something to offer, in my opinion.
Is that the one with Ratman?
Yeah, like, dude, Hail Ratma, come on now. That's so great. I love that. I also think the Funeral Parlor one is underrated. Terror, the final segment is like one of the most underrated VHS segments of all time. So good. Well done.
Do people not like that one?
I don't hear people talk about it.
Super good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
See, I'm coming off of like my streams. Like, I talk about VHS and people are like, oh, that's just like background noise and shit. And I'm like, what? Like, oh my God, these movies are so good. Yeah. So I just love those movies to death though. I'm like, again, I'm over the moon about it. It's hard for me to say anything else, but Jordan Downey from Thanksgiving directing a segment is so exciting.
I'm so excited about that. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Thanksgiving movies.
And he's underrated, man. I mean, like, you know, people know him from that, of course, but have you ever seen The Headhunter that he did?
I have. Yes. Very good.
So good. Like, I was like, oh, that was awesome. So he's made good movies too, besides the so bad it's good stuff.
It's kind of crazy that like the same guy who made Headhunter made the Thanksgiving movies, if you think about it, because like the tones are so different. They're completely different films, but like, yeah, I think he's very good, and I would love to see him do some more with this, like kind of more stuff like that, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm always down for him to do another Thanksgiving. I won't turn it down, but like, I think that he needs to do more. Yes, keep more of them, please. Like, I need more things to talk about at Thanksgiving. We already burnt the bridge of Thanksgiving last year. Until the sequel comes out, I got nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
On what Artie's saying there, he says the worst anthology movie is called Late Fee. I haven't seen it, but I think it would be hard to beat All Hallows Eve 2 because that movie, it doesn't even actually exist. All of those shorts in that movie can be found on YouTube, so there's absolutely no point in suffering through the terrible ones. So to me, that's the worst anthology I've seen. But
I did want to say one of my favorites from this last one, 85, was Dream Kill. Did you guys like that one?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
That was Scott Derrickson's. I don't want to. Have you seen
this? I don't know.
It came out last October.
Yeah, it was the latest one.
I don't think I saw that.
Okay, then I won't spoil it for you. I don't want to say nothing.
I have some catching up to do.
Yeah, it's tough. I think that and 94 are probably my favorite of them all.
I saw 94 and I did like it. It was fun.
Yeah, because wait, 90 is it 94 or 99? Whichever one has the Ratma one. I just love that.
94.
That's a whole like.
Yeah,
that I could score the whole movie on just that. Like, that's the one? It's not called Ratma. It's
Storm Drain.
Storm Drain. That's what it is. Yes,
it's called Ratma. I mean, I can't forget like seeing the fucking like the news segment in that, like the final scene in that short was just perfection. It was so good. Fucking face melting. I was like, all right, we're in.
That was such a great way to start that movie.
Dude.
Like I was so hyped for it too because I had been a fan of the trilogy beforehand, and like, dude, I remember turning that on and just being like, oh, this is gonna rock. And then the rest of the segments were good too. I don't know. I just
maybe I only saw that one. I might have not even seen the other two that came after that.
Oh, dude, 99 rocks.
Yeah, 99's good, and 85. I like them both. I was trying so hard last year at Fantastic Fest to get access to 85 and When Evil Lurks, and for some reason we got When Evil Lurks, but they never sent us 85, so I had to wait just like everybody else, for it to drop on Shudder, and it was the longest fucking wait ever, because I was like, going into Fantastic Fest, I'm like, I'm gonna see VHS 85. I'm so fucking excited, because yeah, I love these movies. I think they're awesome. Like I hadn't been through them like in a long time. When I went and did a rewatch all leading up to 85, we were gonna cover them, but then we were so underprepared for Fantastic Fest last year that like we had to put it on the back burner. So maybe this year, I don't know. Probably have you guys on. Maybe we do cover a couple of them. Maybe rank some segments. I don't know. No. Okay. Fuck you. Fine, Evan. Jake can just come on.
No.
You poo poo pants.
You poo poo bitch.
I'm deciding to become a craggy old man by 23.
Oh, is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, brother.
that's my plan.
Crystal says anthologies are good. If you don't like something, just wait a few minutes and maybe you'll like the next. I think this one will kick butt. I love the director
Ideally.
of Headhunter. Also, Thanksgiving. Yes. Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah, that's
and then
what I
we
was
already
talking
talked about
about,
that
yeah.
one. Evan, are you playing the first Descendant?
I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? The first Descendant. Is this a video? Oh, it is a video game. Oh,
And they're
no. It's a looter
Kylie is
shooter.
asking the Mortuary Collection.
Yeah. No, Necromechanical, I don't, no. Looter shooters are not my thing.
Mhm.
Shan't be playing.
I play Fortnite.
I don't think that's a looter shooter.
It's
It's a
Fortnite.
battle royale.
It's all you
bruh.
need, baby.
Just play
It's all
Elden
you
Ring
need.
forever.
Alrighty, so I'm going to leave it up to you two gentlemen to help me decide. We have a couple more stories here. Like we said, it's kind of a lighter week for the new stuff. We have some updates on Terrifier 3, as well as the new Sam Raimi film, and we finally, I know everybody's been waiting for it. I have been waiting for it. I'm so excited. It's my favorite franchise. I'm going to keep hyping it up. I'm going to keep this lead in going longer and longer. Conjuring 4.
Strangers Chapter 2?
Conjuring 4.
Oh. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I could care less.
I really like the first two Conjuring movies. I thought Conjuring 3 was dog shit, and I have no interest in seeing this.
All right, we'll
Dude.
talk Conjuring 4 real quick then, because I don't think we're going to have a lot to say, because I
Yeah.
also am just so over this. I'm done, man.
After
I'm
the
done.
credit scene for the Nun 2, that didn't get you hyped for this movie,
I was
guys.
I think I was
Yeah,
out
I
of the
stood up
theater
and screamed,
before
"What's
the
up,
fucking.
Paul?
I
How's
wasn't
it
sitting to
going?"
watch an after credit scene for the Nun 2. What are you, my fucking insane?
But dude, it led right into the Conjuring 4.
But
Now you
dude!
gotta watch it, bro.
It's the Marvel Cinematic Universe of horror, bro.
It
It's so
doesn't make
cool.
sense. I rewatched the first Conjuring recently, and to be fair, there were some rose-tinted goggles. I can't lie. There were some issues rewatching it, but I mean, it's good. It's a fun haunted house movie.
I like the first Conjuring. I like Conjuring 2.
Conjuring 2, I really like. The
After
end
that-
gets too silly for me, but
Annabelle Creation, and then I'm done.
Annabelle
gonna
Creation
say,
I
yeah.
liked a lot. I thought that was really good, but then everything else in this ridiculous fucking cinematic universe, which makes no sense at all, it's just terrible. I mean, like, The Nun was almost unwatchable, and The Nun 2 was better than that. That's the most I can say.
A little bit.
People hyped the fuck up out of that movie for Luke and I, because we hated The Nun.
Yeah, it was awful.
Revisited The Nun, reviewed it, and we're like, okay, everybody has said that this is so much better. Like it's
I mean, it's better.
I mean, sure, but like I guess like you could polish a turd or whatever.
What was that
saying
line
is, it's still a
from-
turd.
What was that line from the first one at the end where, or is it, I don't even know. I
Which
think it's the
one's-
first one.
Which one's the one where they're getting the eyes of God?
I'm just trying to remember, what is the French Canadian line in that movie?
Oh,
There's a
don't know.
fucking atrocious line at the end of one of the Nun movies where it's like,
Dude, if it's not
"Come
about
with
the
me."
United
It's
States,
like,
I don't pay
"You're
attention.
going to die, Frenchman," and the guy goes like, "I'm French Canadian," and then like punches a demon in the face or something like that. It's like,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
all right, man. Who brags about being from Montreal? What are we doing?
Artie says, I don't care for the Warrens. They're bad people. Sure.
My dad met them.
Really?
They were
Yo,
they were giving
what the
they were giving a
fuck?
talk at his university. I have a book signed by Ed Warren.
Wow.
They were giving a
That's
talk there, and I remember he was telling me that Ed Warren scared the shit out of them all because he was like, "It doesn't matter. how old you were. It doesn't matter how long ago this was. If you have ever played with a Ouija board, you've opened a door that never shuts.
Christ. Why is that
Holy
scarier
fuck.
than anything they've put in these movies since
Honestly.
the first film?
The thing is, like, the only thing that like made me not turn off The Conjuring 3 was, first of all, that I paid $25 for those stupid premium rentals because I was hyped for The Conjuring.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't have HBO up there, do you?
Did it release on HBO
It was
immediately?
HBO Max. It was
Fuck
damn
you.
date.
And the other thing, the other reason is just Patrick
like,
Wilson
what's
and Vera Farmiga are entertaining. I love their
I love
chemistry.
them. I do.
They're great.
They
They really are
awesome.
great. But that movie was dog shit.
See, like the problem is like they just need to attach another director. They got in the habit of putting this Michael Chavez or whatever.
And he's not good.
He has
Dude,
no
He
all
keeps
of
idea.
his
making
movies
bad
are terrible.
movies.
And they just keep bringing him in.
It
Like,
wasn't
if
even
they
like
were,
he made one good one at the start, and then they were like, "Let's keep this guy on board." And then he made Curse of La Llorona, and it was awful. And then they're like, "Let's
Horrible.
keep getting this guy
kept
on."
going. He's just cheap. They're like, fuck, we can't afford James Wan. What the fuck are we doing?
I wish I could get that position. That would be so cool. I can just make 4 bad movies and they all make money.
Hey,
Like, sick.
Yeah, like right, just not even trying anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know.
Crazy. dude.
Necromechanical says, "What if they surprised everyone and made the next Conjuring hard R?" Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
Sure, why not? I mean, they won't. Those movies are for teenagers going out on, Friday night.
Mhm.
That's
That
very
is
cool.
like the best descriptor for it.
Yeah,
I guess you can call them gateway horror in a sense.
yeah, but just watch the first one.
Dude, I don't even consider the
maybe
first
the
one
second
gateway
one.
horror though. Like, it's,
Oh, I do. I totally
close,
would.
It's close, but I think it's more competent than that.
Oh no, it's a great movie, but like what I mean by that is that it's not too scary. It's not super complex. That's a total gateway horror movie to me. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
The teenagers have grown up now. Yeah, I mean, sure. We'll see.
Madison says Patrick Wilson is daddy.
Yep.
I agree. Crystal
And
says
I hope he gets to direct more, even though I didn't like Insidious Red Door. I want to see more
I
of his
liked
direction.
it, so I hope he gets to direct.
I did not.
I don't know why, but like Luke and I, we enjoyed that movie, and we were like, "That was actually really good." I'm excited. We post
Ty,
our review.
Sorry, go
and
ahead.
we post our review, and then I start watching everybody's review. I think I watched yours, and then I started watching everybody else's, and I'm like, "Fuck!
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
hates this movie."
Yeah, I
Like,
really
what's up
didn't
with
like that.
I love
Ty,
that
I agree.
franchise too.
I think
man.
Insidious is scarier than The Conjuring. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Insidious
it-
1 and 3, I fucking adore.
It's a stronger concept than Conjuring is very basic.
Mm.
Like it is very much just Amityville, basic
Which is
ghost
fine.
story stuff.
Modern.
Yeah, it's fine.
Insidious
It's fine.
has a lot of really cool elements into it, even though I don't think every sequel is able to keep that going.
No, I mean, and you get like, there's so many things too. Like the score from Joseph Bishara in those movies is fucking bone chilling.
Oh yeah.
And also like the opening credits sequences in Insidious are so eerie and such a good tone setter. Yeah, I love them. Like 1 is I love. 2 I didn't like as much, but it has one of the worst lines in film history, in my opinion, which is that fucking line at the end when Patrick Wilson is possessed and he gets his hand hit. I think it was with a hammer or something. He goes, "I miss pain, but not as much as I miss inflicting it upon others." And you're like, what the fuck?
The whole
Who
scene
wrote
where he's
that?
possessed is so over the top. But
Yeah.
no, I just Insidious by concept is so much scarier. The further is awesome. There's time manipulation.
Yeah, dude, I
There's
love
like
it.
ghosts and
That
shit. Like I
fucking
love
reveal
it. It's way scarier.
in Insidious 2 when it's like, oh, the knock at the door was actually Patrick Wilson. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, that is the coolest shit.
So efficient. And then
Yeah,
they tried
man.
to do it in Last Key again, and it was like, fuck you. No way.
Last Key
No.
was so forgettable. I don't remember anything from that movie aside
I
from the
always
end.
forget that one came out. I always thought it was 3 and then the Red Door. But when we were gearing up to watch them all, it
I
was
think
like,
3
oh,
is great,
fuck.
and that's Lee Winnell. Like, I love Lee Winnell, and I think Insidious 3 was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I just remember liking the fucking spirit in that one, the ghost.
The key face demon was sick though. Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool, but the one from 3 was the one with like the mask
yeah.
on, the breather, like
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
sick.
great.
I like
It's
that a
creepy
lot
as hell,
too.
man.
Mhm. Yeah, they do have some creative monsters. I will say, as much as I like 1 and 2, I could give a fuck less about the woman in black or whatever her name was from the second one.
Oh yeah.
I
Um,
thought, oh yeah,
enti-
yeah. I thought it was so cool when there was no information about her, because in the first one she's really creepy, and then you learn too much about it in the second one. I thought you were talking about the actual Woman in Black movie. And
no,
was
I
about to
forgot
fight
that was
you.
a movie. Yeah,
I was
no.
about to fight you.
I thought that yeah, she was she's just like so uninteresting compared to
Yeah.
like fucking, I know everybody calls him Darth Maul from the first one, and then
Lipstick demon.
yeah, the
lipstick
lipstick
face
demon. Yeah,
yeah.
like all the other demons are sick, but like yeah, dude, they like I don't know. She just it gave me, and I honestly I think it was just because when I revisited it, I had the nun in my head. It just gave me the nun vibes, and like I've never been. I didn't even really like Valak in Conjuring 2 all that
I
much.
like some of the stuff with Valak. That the scene when Vera Farmiga is in her office, locked by herself, was great. But especially when you get to
painting
the end
scene
of
was cool.
yeah, but when you get to like end of Conjuring 2, where Valak is like screaming with like lines of teeth and shit and stuff's going, I'm like, all right, this is good.
I thought that the Crooked Man was a much more effective.
Yeah, me too.
effect and cool critter and really
Did
cool.
you guys see the original design for Valak though?
Yeah, that was
like
sick.
10. Listen, I love Bonnie Aarons. She's great, but way better. Like 10 times better. Way
I
scarier. Dude, it's on James Wan's like Instagram, I think. It's so fucking cool. Like I'm like, why did they cut this? This makes no sense. It's sick looking.
We've brought this up on here before, but I'll do it again to show Evan.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yep, you don't even have to go there anymore.
Crystal
Oh, is it
can't
this
decide
like
who's hotter.
red mouth, big horns?
Yeah, red mouth, big horns.
You know what?
Yeah.
I like the one they used more.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I do. I like gothic stuff, man.
This
like
is
that.
gothic.
No, but
What are you
the
talking
flowy
about?
cloak and the white. I like it. I don't know.
Okay, we'll put a dress on him, but like, you
Okay.
tell me this looks.
I like the
They're
other
telling
one
me
more.
you don't
Just
like
that with the dress.
I'm not
on
saying
it.
I don't like it. I'm saying I like the demon nun
And
more.
you like fucking Dark Souls? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
You make a fair point. But Sister Frida in Dark Souls 3 is a nun, so
okay, yeah, whatever. But still, this I thought this was cool.
I think it looks cool.
It's very H.R. Giger-esque, you know. I like it. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I like it. A little bit of horny stuff going on there. It's all good. Like, let's go, baby. All right, I should probably pay attention to the chat because I've just let this whole thing slide for.
we're
way
just
too
talking
long.
about fucking demons right now.
We are Conjuring 5. Bye bye, man. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. Somehow Insidious is scarier than The Conjuring, in my opinion. Absolutely,
agree.
Ty, 100%. I like Insidious 3 and 4 much better than 1 and
Ooh.
2. Very
I
hot
like
take
1 and
already.
3 much more than 2 and 4. That's how I would say it.
I like
Although
it.
I do like
Insidious
2. That
just,
scene with the cans was creepy.
plunges you over the head with violins, scare tactics.
No,
I-
dude, don't
I
talk
think
shit
it-
about Bashara's score. That score is amazing.
Yeah, dude. What? That's wild.
That dude,
The red
the
door
music in
fucking
Insidious
sucks.
is absolutely incredible.
That's the only movie I hated. Man, I don't know. Like, I guess Luke and I must have been taking fucking crazy pills, or I got to revisit that because I didn't think it was that bad.
I was so disappointed with that movie.
it was just the story that I didn't like.
Yeah,
I will
mean,
admit.
it also it left the character. It was supposed to be this like big send off, but it left the characters in exactly the same position they were the last time we saw them. So it was completely fucking redundant. Like
I did like the scares. I will say that. Like
Yeah.
I'm a fan of jump scares. I don't care.
the medical scene early on is creepy. I like that. That was good.
Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
he's in
Like
the
this
fucking CAT
is
scan.
what I was saying. Like Patrick Wilson's like scared. He was very good at that. You could tell he's worked with Wan and he's paid attention to how James Wan does this. The thing with the pictures on the window, I was like, great. Like James Wan has clearly like bled some influence into Patrick Wilson's direction. It really was. It was the writing and the story where that movie just blew.
Well, I won't argue with that, even though you're all fucking wrong. So,
That sounds a little bit like arguing.
they need to go back to Annabelle Comes Home and the artifact room. I personally want a demon dog movie.
Annabelle
Okay.
Comes Home.
All right, fellas. Hot
All
take.
right. Yeah.
I love this stupid fucking movie, dude.
I do too. I gotta be honest. It's terrible,
Well,
but it was a lot of fun.
Dude, if there's a 4K of this movie, I will buy it. Like, I love Annabelle Comes
Buy a
Home.
Blu-ray.
Dude, you're like, Blu-ray's okay, Jake. Relax, bro. No, dude, this movie is so fucking dumb. Like, out of all the Conjuring sequels that suck, I could watch this one 100 times. Like, the characters.
I would rather watch that than any of the other bad Conjuring sequels.
Oh
sure.
my god, 100%. I love this dumb movie. Like, it's so much fun. I don't know. Ugh.
I think I said when I watched it with a group of friends, I said, well, that's better than Conjuring 3, but still, these movies are fucking terrible. Like, I just don't know. That one felt.
Are they even still making money? Like, I don't know how well the last one. Okay.
None 2 did decent.
All right.
I remember.
Yeah, I guess it did.
That was Gary Doberman. What else did he? Oh no. Oh no. Gary Doberman, no. He's doing the new Salem's Lot movie. The one
fuck.
No,
the one they took out of theaters and they put on HBO Max.
Shit. And the one that Stephen King said was really good, but he also made Sleepwalkers, so let's like chill a little bit.
Yeah, he also says that like every movie that is terrible is good.
Here's the thing that I'll say with Stephen King. He's my favorite author. I love his books. I think they're great. I don't think he knows anything about film. Every single time he's written a screenplay, it's been terrible.
Have you seen Maximum Overdrive? Probably not. But,
You're right, I haven't.
Brilliant film.
But like, if you look at like when, I think the biggest example for me was when obviously when The Shining came out, and he was like, "Wow, that was terrible," which already is like, it's a wild thing to say. But then when he was like, "Let me show you how it should be done," and then he made that Conjuring miniseries, and you're like,
"Oh, you mean the Shining miniseries?"
Sorry, yeah, The Shining.
Yeah.
When he's like, "This is how it should be," and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something, all right.
I've actually never seen the miniseries. I've only seen like people's reviews of it on YouTube. I do not have the heart to sit down and watch that because like The Shining
long.
I know that he hates that movie.
Actually, that's the one example where I like the movie better than the book.
And I'm just like, dude, I can't. You know, I actually had that. I listened to Silence of the Lambs like earlier this month in preparation for my long legs list because I watched it and I was like, well, the book's only 8 hours, so that's a shift at work for me. So I listened to it one shift through, and like I personally, although the book is good, I like the movie better. I think the changes they made in the movie were much better.
Yeah, with what Artie's saying there, the miniseries of The Shining is closer to the book.
Really?
But I mean, much closer to the book. Because the book and Kubrick's adaptation are very, very different.
Do they blow up the fucking hotel?
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of like a really good, like, kind of comparison. And I'm going to spoil it because it's been out for decades now. Relax. But it's an interesting comparison between those because in Kubrick's adaptation, the hotel freezes.
Dude, no!
And in the novel and the miniseries, it blows up. Right? So it's... I don't know. It is a more faithful adaptation. I just think it's so fucking silly. It's ridiculous. Don't even talk about the hedge animals, dude. That was...
They like come to life in the book.
Oh my god, man. It looks so bad.
I had a GIF of that saved to my phone for a long time.
It's terrible.
I have such mixed feelings about it because like, yeah, The Shining's a masterpiece. It's a great movie. But I mean, the reason Stephen King hates it is because Stanley Kubrick was such a fucking dick to him the whole time.
That's the issue. And I'm not like the set was obviously terrible. Oh, we should mention actually Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, rest in peace.
We should bring that up if we're talking about The Shining.
Gremlin had put that in there at least once.
Yeah.
Unfortunate there.
That's such a shame. I mean,
Nick Garris did it.
And I'm glad to be doing. I'm glad that she's got one more thing coming out. It's cool that she kind of came back to the horror genre for this movie, but that's a real shame. I was sad to hear that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I was not pleased to hear it. Nobody ever is, especially because like her being such an icon for so long. Because like you got to think like she was in a ton of movies back in the day. Like she was also in Popeye, and then what's her other like really big one? The name is escaping me. One second.
And it's also like a lot of it's a shame because if we're on the topic of like The Shining, people behind The Shining not treating others properly, she was very very mistreated during the filming of that movie because Kubrick was very much like, oh, it's for the sake of the art. Shut the fuck up. That's never an acceptable excuse. I don't like that at all. Much as I love The Shining, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Shut the fuck up. I don't ever want to hear that kind of thing. That's ridiculous. I hated hearing how she was treated on set. And then she also got like really socially ostracized because a lot of the shit that she went through in the film industry fucked her up a lot. And then people started thinking that she was just like this batty, crazy woman. And then
You guys, do you remember when Dr. Phil put her on his show?
no,
And
but he's also a piece of shit, by the way.
He is a piece of shit. And that was like, yeah, that's another clear example of it. Yeah, she definitely suffered from a lot of, well, I think it's a combination of mental health stuff, but then also years of drug abuse.
Well, and
Because-
you want to talk about, I heard a story with Dr. Phil once where he had an alcoholic on, and in the dressing room, he put a quart of vodka to like try and get, I don't know if it was him personally, obviously, but like there was a quart of vodka left in this ex-alcoholic's dressing room. So when he came out on stage, he was all fucked up and their ratings go up because they get crazy footage. So fuck you, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, fuck that
What
guy.
the fuck, dude? Ugh.
Yeah, if you ever want to like, I mean, there's so many reasons to hate that guy, but like, yeah, it just in like with the recent stuff of her passing, if you go back and watch those clips of her, like, she is clearly somebody who's like suffering some kind of an episode, and he's just
100%.
he's just riling it up the whole time.
Crystal, yes, the movie is called Forest Hills, by the way. I want to make sure we don't skip over that because like, especially now, I want people to see this. We can't, I mean, there's an embargo on things, but
yes, there is
so
an embargo.
We can't speak on Forest Hills yet, but we will be able to. And I want to make sure that everyone is aware of this because it's really cool that Shelley Duvall's got this last movie coming.
Yeah. And like she said, Edward Furlong's in it as well. Talk about somebody, I mean, I know we're going down like a really weird rabbit hole with this, but talk about somebody who's like kind of turned their shit around. Like, good Lord.
100%, yeah.
I saw him on a podcast recently where he was just talking, and he's like, he's been sober for a while now, and like he's really just gotten himself into a much better place, and he's like really down to earth, it seems. He's like, I don't think I'll ever be like as big of an actor as he was, but he has a really funny story that's also a little bit sad, but he thinks it's funny, and it was pretty funny when he said it. But like, he's talking about how once he like got out of rehab, because like he went to rehab for 6 months when he was really trying to get clean, and then he put himself back in because he didn't want to leave. He was like, I'm done. So he spent like 1.5 years in rehab. The moment he gets out, he gets a call from Paramount, and they're like, hey, we're doing Terminator Dark Fate. We want you to come back and do some stuff. And he's like, oh my God, it's my moment. He's like, they're bringing me back. He's like, all the cards are coming into place. Gets on set. They kill him in the first 5 seconds, and he just had to do the mocap for the face. And like, he was just like, fuck it, I guess. Too good to be true. But he was just, he had a good attitude about it. And I was just like, fuck, dude, could you imagine like the series that you're like known for? Like after all that, you get sober, you get clean, you turn your life around, and they're like, come on back. We're going to kill you. Like,
by the
instantly.
way, have you guys voted on the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards?
Yes.
I don't know if I did.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cast your vote.
When is that, by the way?
I don't know. Eventually.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Because we're going to do a live stream. We did a live stream for that last year.
I may do it this year.
Did really well, so we're going to do a live stream for that again. Live watch along.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good guesses in there. It was really good to just like, because we, like Luke and I did it all old school. We printed out the ballot sheet, fucking filled it out. So we were sitting there going down.
I might
the
do
list.
something like that for this year.
It's a good time. I'd love to get like a group together and just watch it. We can all share our Shutter account. It's all good.
Get drunk.
Sure,
Hey,
I'm
yo,
fucking
hey,
down.
yo.
I am down. But I know we said this is a shorter one. Do we want to touch on just the brief Terrifier news and then wrap it up?
I don't really. Is it the casting stuff?
It's just the casting stuff.
Sure.
There's a new picture too.
Is there?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Please do.
Your boy's on that shit. As
I know you are.
probably know. Yeah.
Is it like official or was it leaked?
That's I still got to figure out, but I'm pretty sure it's official because it looks good. It doesn't look like shitty, you know.
What are you sending it on?
I'm gonna email it.
Okay.
Yeah, email it to me and I'll like, can I throw it up on screen?
Yeah, it's like a you'll see. Here.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yes, he was in Pet Cemetery too. You all fans of the famous Shining trailer with the blood coming out of the elevator? Wonder what people thought. No, that's a great trailer. I think that's like one of the most iconic scenes of all time. Like, absolutely.
I love esoteric trailers. Give me weird shit. I mean,
Well,
Long Legs
why-
had the best marketing in years.
That was great,
Fucking
but
bar none.
I'll even say the trailer for the first Omen, the very first teaser.
Dude, that first trailer was so
That's a
perfect.
great fucking teaser. I still say it. Like, I wasn't crazy about the movie, but I still say that's amazing.
I was blown away by that too because I had zero expectations for that movie. Like that was a total like back of my head nothing. And then I watched that teaser and I was like, "What the fuck?" But then there was also that part of me where it was like maybe this is just the studio doing a really good job at cutting a trailer. But I was very pleased with the movie, so it paid off for me. But that I forgot about that. Yeah, that teaser was incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I was definitely a big fan of that one. I will say, like, that for me was like the quickest turnaround I think I've ever had on expectations
Me
for a
too.
movie.
I
ever.
think I'm
Like,
in the same
I
boat.
can't
Yeah.
think of anything else where I was just like, I don't give a fuck. And then it
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's
Oh,
I'm interested.
by the way, Jake, I found Immaculate on Blu-ray the other day. It has been added to my collection.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a 4K on that one. I liked it that much.
Yeah.
It was pretty great. I would sell my Blu-ray and buy it on 4K.
Yeah,
I
can
don't
share
know
this.
that one. Ugh,
It was great. I didn't like it as much as First Omen, but I thought it was great.
that ending just did it for me.
The ending is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I remember, Dylan, you hadn't seen it when it first came out.
We
And
did
I was like,
not,
I got to
yeah.
talk to someone about this. I was like itching. Because they were like, what did you think? I was like, well,
We finally saw it, and like, yeah, it's great. It joins the pack of 2024 films that all have one common theme.
yes.
It's like,
Well, it
what
was
the
also
fuck
kind
is
of-
going on this year.
It was
dude?
kind of hilarious how similar First Omen and Immaculate were. They're coming
yeah,
out like 3 weeks apart or something like that.
Yeah.
and to be real, it's like I think I liked Immaculate more, but I don't know. I'd seen First Omen already, so it was like I don't know how I'd feel if I had done it the way you did it, where it was like you
Sure.
saw the first one first, you know. And it wasn't like we were not trying to see.
Oh, I have not seen this.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is
This
Oh, that
just
is-
came out.
Creepy as fuck.
yeah.
So-
I kind of love it.
What's interesting about this picture is that it's an extension of the one that came out like in May. Like,
I
if
need
you
to
guys
show this to
remember
my
that.
brother. That is a creepy fucking image. Come here. Look at that shit.
Terrifier 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's not a good face.
He looks way too happy about whatever he's doing there.
It's got a box cutter, dude.
He's just a goofy guy.
I don't like
He's
box
just a
cutters,
cool
guys. You want to
dude.
hear a fun story? I remember seeing Evil Dead 2013, the remake, back around when it came out. So I would have been 12. And the scene when Mia licks the X-Acto knife scared the fucking shit out of me.
as a chick.
And ever since then, I like every time there's one around, I'm like, like I just get a little uncomfortable. I don't like them,
I'm just
and
gonna
that
leave
makes
it
me
like that.
unhappy to see Art the Clown holding one.
So, yeah, I already have theories on
I'm
this.
sure you
'cause
do.
You have Terrifier 3 theories? What the fuck?
I know, weird, right? Like, so like, here's my thing, right? I had Josh Petrino in the chat earlier tonight, and if you guys
I
don't know
saw
who that
that.
is,
Yeah.
he's fantastic. He does the VFX for Terrifier 2, and he's currently working on it for Terrifier 3. We're good friends. He's awesome. I love him to death. And I put this up on screen, and he's like, and I pitched a theory, and he's like, no, there's not blood in Art the Clown's teeth. Don't worry about it. He just has gingivitis. So I have a feeling that Art's been eating pieces off of the person.
Somebody.
Surely not.
Yeah. Surely not. Doesn't sound like him at all, right?
No, that sounds out of character.
And Jake has I know there's really no hard confirmation, but everybody is saying that he's like in an attic or something, like he's living
Seems
in
to
an
be very
attic.
Black Christmas-esque.
What's your opinion on that? Yeah, that's literally where my head is going. where it's
Well-
like, yeah, it could be very Black Christmas like, because he's obviously going to be paying homage to a bunch of Christmas movies.
That makes me so excited, by the way, because Black Christmas, I think, is one of the greatest horror movies of all
Yes.
time.
But like,
Oh,
could you
without a
imagine if it's like he's doing a twofer? I know Black Christmas remake, he was also in the attic, but like Jake says, he's eating people. He's cutting little skin cookies off and eating people. Like, I'm all for it. Like,
So I here's my honest to God, here's my theory after, because like I've been studying this shit, bro. So Damien Leone posts on Twitter and he says the opening scene is kind of like a mix between, like, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like a mix between Scream and When a Stranger Calls. And the common denominator there, opening scene wise, is you get a phone call, and then if we're going along the lines of When a Stranger Calls, the killer's already inside the house. Now you'll remember from Terrifier 2 that they did a prank call to Sienna and said, hey, wouldn't it be goofy if you came down to the Terrifier carnival attraction? So my guess is this is from the opening scene, and Art the Clown is already in someone's attic. They call up the parents and say, hey, your daughter or whatever is outside and running around the house. It's the little pale girl doing it. They leave. Daughter goes upstairs and finds Art the Clown up there with a box cutter.
I think that may be the scariest image of Art the Clown I've ever seen, by the way. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm getting really uncomfortable.
I love it. It's
That
fucked
is
up.
so fucking creepy.
yeah, I'm not gonna
Jake,
lie.
I think you may be onto something there.
I wasn't-
Man.
it is going to be one of those things where I'm going to be thinking about that when I see the movie, and if that doesn't come true, it's going to be wrong. But no,
I'd be like, you guys have the wrong
willing
cut.
to accept it. Can I also say that I think since the last time I did get a Terrifier VHS, I got 2 actually. 'cause I'm
Yeah,
a
well, you
whore.
sent, I don't know if you said it, but you sent it to me.
I know I sent it to our group chat, but
Yeah.
I watched Terrifier 2 on VHS.
Oh, how was that?
I don't think there's any other way to watch this movie, man.
Ooh.
I have it on
love
4K.
It's I have it on every dude, like I have every version of this fucking movie, because like shortly after that I went to, like, Jake knows, the Exchange, and I found a sealed 4K steelbook, and I was like,
Yeah.
now I have like every version of this that is in the States. So I know there's some that are like overseas copies. and
Didn't you
stuff, but,
buy a
like,
VHS player just to watch it?
I did, and I bought a CRT TV as well
Nice.
this week.
Damn.
I'm saving that for I guess I can say it on here because not everybody in our thing's gonna see, but so what I did, I bought an old TV for $10 off a lady off Facebook Marketplace, and I have bought a ton. I bought like a pack of 100 horror stickers, and I took all of my stickers that I've gotten from like t-shirts and all kinds of horror conventions and stuff, and I've just been slapping them all over this television. And my wife is helping me. We're gonna like paint stuff on it, and like kind of like how Art the Clown does his little like when he writes things with his glove and stuff. It's all messy. So I'm doing a little art project, and I'm thinking about replacing this back here, putting the old CRT TV with all the stickers, and just like when I do certain reviews, I'll just have stuff on VHS playing in the background quietly, and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm turning it into a project, and I'm really liking how it is. I'll put some stuff on Instagram here soon. So
Hell yeah.
plus, I'm just kind of falling back in love with like VHS ever since that. Like, I don't know. I got bit by a bug. I picked up Darkman, Psycho 2,
Huh.
and Silver Bullet on VHS recently.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. That's awesome.
Don't stick them on the screen. Oh, absolutely not. No, it's all around the box there, Artie. So yeah, don't worry about that. I got you. But I'm enjoying it, man. And yeah, that's a very good image. That's probably the best image we've gotten of him thus far. Like just the maniacal look, the detail.
Dude, David
all.
Howard Thornton, man. This guy is
Fucking
unreal.
He's on my list. Him, Damon Leone, and Lauren Lavera. Like, I am doing everything in my power to try to interview them this year.
I would love to try and chat with them, yeah.
It's probably going to turn into a 2025 goal, but if there's anybody that can probably assist with that, it's this.
I'm
man.
going to try to get an Eggers interview. I'm
Ooh.
gonna
I'm trying,
I'm gonna
brother.
Try. I know. I'm
We're
gonna-
we're circling a couple people, so we're going to see what we can do.
Yeah, I need to try. I don't know if I could like keep my composure, but I want to at least try.
VHS is the worst, but I won't lie. When I saw Evil Dead for the first time on VHS a couple years back at my family cottage, I won't lie, it was peak comfy.
How can it
Do
be
you
the
like
worst
anything
and
Mr.
peak
Boone?
comfy? That doesn't make any sense.
He's a hater, but we love him. So, alrighty. I think I am going to call it. I have a review that I have to finish getting uploaded here. We were just sat down and talked about Oddity.
She's
So
passed out next to me, so yeah, I
definitely
probably will also.
worth it. Yep. And my wife just got home. So, Jake,
go.
you have the floor, sir. Go ahead and plug your channel. Let the folks know where they can find you, even though I'm sure all of them are already subscribed to you, sir.
Well, I'm working at the ice cream shop down the street. We have a special of blue flavor, so come on down. It's just this week only. Killjoy Ice Cream Shop. We're in the abandoned junkyard down on 5th Street, so come on down.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll be there. Like, let me get it.
Yeah.
Great. Hell yeah.
And then Paula did say, did anyone see the teaser for Stranger Things season 5 yet?
I haven't.
did not.
No. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm excited.
I'll check it out though. I'll look. You know, I'm ready for that show to end.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
It ran its course with me. But yes, Evan, what can the folks look forward to seeing from you next?
Somewhere from around 3 to 6 o'clock tomorrow, there's going to be a ring at your doorbell. Open that up. The guy's going to be gone. He'll be fucking long gone. But there's just going to be an open coffin sitting right in front of your door. I need you to climb into that. It's going to get shut. Don't worry about all the noises you're hearing. Don't worry about the rumbles or anything. But when you get out, you'll be at Rockland Graves Productions, and you can watch some horror movie videos. And it's going to be a good time. And then when you're ready to go, you don't get to leave. You don't get to. It's not part of the deal. Get in the coffin, and you're mine.
Okay, so you can just subscribe to our channel. You don't have to do all that. So you're cool. Just watch the videos.
You have to commit.
That's all we ask. You don't have to get in the coffin. Don't worry about that. You can
Eat the ice cream and get in the coffin.
Eat the ice cream and get in the
This is a
coffin.
collab now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Artie
yeah.
says good night, sweet princess.
Jake's catering my celebration.
I don't like
The
any
final
of this.
celebration.
The final.
celebration.
All right.
The
well, with
dance
that,
macabre.
we're ending the stream. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night.